A supermoon is a full moon or a new moon that nearly coincides with perigee, the closest that the moon comes to the Earth in its elliptic orbit, resulting in a slightly larger than usual apparent size of the lunar disk as viewed from Earth. The technical name is a perigee syzygy or a full moon around perigee. Because the term supermoon is astrological in origin, it has no precise astronomical definition. The real association of the moon with both oceanic and crustal tides has led to claims that the supermoon phenomenon may be associated with increased risk of events like earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, but no such link has been found. The opposite phenomenon, an apogee syzygy or a full moon around apogee, has been called a micromoon. The term supermoon is attributed to astrologer Richard Noll while reading Strategic Role of Peregrine Spring Tides in Nautical History and Coastal Flooding, published in 1976 by NOAA hydrologist Fergus Wood. In practice, there is no official or even consistent definition of how near perigee the full moon must occur to receive the supermoon label, and new moons rarely receive a supermoon label. Noll described the concept in a 1979 edition of Dell Horoscope including both full and new moons, but has never outlined why he chose 90% nor has provided a definitive formula for determining if a given full or new moon is super. The basic 1979 definition read, a new or full moon which occurs with the moon at or near referenced a supermoon is a perigee syzygy. A new or full moon which occurs when the moon is at 90% or greater of its mean closest approach to Earth. In 2011, Noll added apogees to consideration, explaining that he based calculations on 90% of the difference in lunar apsis extremes for the solar year. EarthSky analyzed Noll's tables and described the updated definition as a full or new moon is considered a supermoon if LDS is less than or equal to LDP plus 0.1. LDA minus LDP. Display style LD underscore S LEQ LD underscore P plus 0.1 asterisk, where LDS, display style LD underscore S, is the lunar distance at syzygy. LDA, display style LD underscore A, is the lunar distance at apogee. And LDP, display style LD underscore P, is the lunar distance at perigee. Noll based those the mean apsis extremes, referencing the Wikipedia article on the subject, arriving at any lunation closer than 368,630 kilometers equals supermoon. Noll also added the concept of extreme supermoon in 2000, describing the concept as any new or full moons that are at 100% or greater of the mean perigee. The term perigee syzygy or perigee full new moon is preferred in the scientific community. Perigee is the point at which the moon is closest in its orbit to the Earth, and syzygy is when the Earth, the moon and the sun are aligned, which happens at every full or new moon. Astrophysicist Fred Espanek uses Noll's definition but preferring the label of full moon at perigee on full moons occurring within 90% of its closest approach to Earth in a given orbit, over Noll's calculations based on the closest of all orbits during the solar year. Wood used the definition of a full or new moon occurring within 24 hours of perigee and also used the label perigee syzygy. Sky and Telescope magazine chose a definition of 223,000 miles. TimeAndDate.com prefers a definition of 360,000 kilometers. EarthSky uses Noll's definition, comparing their calculations to tables published by Noll in 2000. Wood also coined the less used term proxygee, where perigee and the full or new moon are separated by 10 hours or less. Of the possible 12 or 13 full moons each year, usually 3 or 4 may be classified as supermoons. As commonly defined, the most recent full supermoon occurred on May 26, 2021, and the next one will be on June 24, 2021. The supermoon of November 14, 2016 was the closest full occurrence since January 26, 1948, and will not be surpassed until November 25, 2034. The closest full supermoon of the 21st century will occur on December 6, 2052. The oscillating nature of the distance to the full or new moon is due to the difference between the synodic and anomalistic months. The period of this oscillation is about 14 synodic months, which is close to 15 anomalistic months. So every 14 lunations there is a full moon nearest to perigee. Occasionally, a supermoon coincides with a total lunar eclipse. The most recent occurrence of this was in May 2021. And the next occurrence will be in May 2022. A full moon at perigee appears roughly 14% larger in diameter than at apogee. Many observers insist that the moon looks bigger to them. This is likely due to observations shortly after sunset when the moon is near the horizon and the moon illusion is at its most apparent, while the moon's surface luminance remains the same. Because it is closer to the Earth, the illuminance is about 30% brighter than at its farthest point, or apogee. This is due to the inverse square law of light, which changes the amount of light received on Earth in inverse proportion to the distance from the moon. A supermoon diur